Okay, right. Ooh. Hey everybody, welcome to my March favourites video. I genuinely can't believe that it's April. I feel like this year has just disappeared, but I did spend a lot of it in hospital and being really ill. So, you know, maybe that's why we're like a quarter of the way through 2018 and I'm like, what have I achieved? Anyway, favourites videos are a time to be happy and excited about things, so that's what we're going to do. Got lots of things to show you. First of all, books. Our banging book club read for March was Testosterone Rex by Cordelia Fine, Unmaking the Myths of Our Gendered Minds. If you want to hear all of our thoughts on it, then I'll leave a link in the description to our podcast where we chat about it. Basically, I really enjoyed this, even though it was quite dense and hard to wrap my head around. There was lots of new exciting information in here, and I've got like loads of turned corners and like underlined bits in pen because I like destroying my books. But in summary, this book basically takes the idea that testosterone is this all-powerful hormone that makes men act a certain way and kind of like debunks that. And also this month for Banging Book Club we're reading The Colour Purple, but the podcasts are taking a bit of hiatus, but we are still talking about the books, so you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram and Goodreads. All of the book club shenanigans are still happening there, even though the podcasts are just taking a little break for now. We'll see. In March, I also read The Power by Naomi Alderman, which won the Women's Prize for Fiction. This was also a Banging Book Club book for January, but I was in hospital, so I didn't read it, but I finally read it, and I loved it. I feel like a lot of people have already heard about this, but basically it's a world where women suddenly develop this power, which is like electric shocks out of their hands, and what happens in the world when suddenly like the physical power balance is shifted. But it takes a real global look at the world, and I am obsessed with the way that this book is framed as kind of like a historical novel, like within the world. So it's kind of like reflecting on the events that happened from society like 5,000 years in the future where women are the dominant gender. It's kind of like the way that the last chapter of The Handmaid's Tale frames it all. I'm a big fan of that style. And then I have been meaning to read this for ages. It's Why I'm No Longer Talking to White People About Race by Rennie Edo Lodge. This has been recommended a million times. It's like a bestseller. I thought because Rennie is no longer talking to white people about race, I should probably read her book. This taught me so much, and one of the reasons why I really wanted to read it, and one of the things that I got out of it, was the British perspective on it, because I'm definitely one of those people that learnt about the American Civil Rights Movement in school and learnt about slavery, but it was very much from like an American perspective. We didn't learn about Britain's dealing in all of that, Britain's shittiness, and the whole British Empire, all of that colonialism. First of all, like the first chapter is like histories, and so all of that stuff, and as a history graduate I was like, yes, why haven't I ever learnt this? This is ridiculous. And then it goes into kind of like today and stuff. So it has stuff on the system, talking about institutional racism, but what she calls it is structural racism, and then a whole chapter on white privilege, and then the feminism question, which I think especially resonated with me because it talked about white feminism in the sense of not including other perspectives of women, so basically intersectionality. Where did I underline some stuff? So many good quotes. Here we go. This is the bit that I really liked about what she said about feminism. Feminism must demand affordable, decent, secure housing and a universal basic income. It should demand pay for full-time mothers and free childcare for working mothers. It should recognise that we live in a world in which women are constantly harangued into being lusted after, but punishes sex workers for using that situation to make a living. Feminism needs to thoroughly recognise that sexuality is fluid, and we need to dream of a world where people are not violently policed for transgressing rigid gender roles. Feminism needs to demand a world in which racist history is acknowledged and accounted for, in which reparations are distributed, in which race is completely deconstructed. Yes! Anyway, I would highly recommend reading this book. It's really short and really quick to read, but there's so much educational and inspiring stuff in here. Like the last chapter is basically a call to action and like a rallying cry. Would recommend. Next up, I have some TV favourites, and the first is The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, which I adored. It was just everything for me. It was New York, 1950s, women in comedy, and Jewishness. What else could I ask for in a TV show? Loads of you were recommending it to me anyway, so if you haven't watched it yet, please do. I also recommended it to my mum. She loved it. It's basically about a young Jewish wife and mother living on the Upper West Side of New York, and her husband one day is just like, I'm leaving you. She really loves comedy, and turns out she's a natural, and then it's about her pursuing a stand-up career. It's so good. Another show that I watched this month is called The End of the Fucking World, and that was super quick to watch. It's just like 8 episodes that are 20 minutes long. The premise is a 17-year-old boy who thinks he's a psychopath because he really enjoys killing animals and decides that that's not enough for him anymore and he wants to kill a human. And then he meets this girl in school and decides, I'm going to kill her, and then the two of them go on a road trip together. That's all I'm going to give you. Oh, except that you get internal monologues of both of them. So that's exciting. It's brilliant. It's really, really good. And then also this month, not a recent TV show at all, but Dan made me watch Band of Brothers, and turns out I actually enjoyed it, even if I couldn't tell any of the men apart. I don't know when it was made, maybe like the early noughties or something, but it basically is about the Second World War, and it's about the 101st Airborne, I don't know, Easy Company. There we go, Easy Company. It has loads of interviews with veterans, and then it plays out like what actually happened. Like, it's very accurate, apparently. It's heavy. It's very, very heavy. The episode where the American soldiers discover a concentration camp for the first time, that got me. But yeah, I'm not really one for many war films and war stuff because it's kind of gruesome and but I really enjoyed Band of Brothers. I thought it was well executed, remembering the horrors of war, but also like what these men went through. Like, sometimes I forget that like really happened because it was so long ago, and you just like hear all these stories and you almost forget that those men went through that. That was their life for a good few years. I also saw some films this month that I want to share with you. The first one is I Got Life, which is a French film, so if you can handle subtitles, this one is for you. And it's about a middle-aged woman going through menopause. And I know that doesn't sound very exciting, but it is hilarious, and it's just sweet, and it's about her and her relationships with her daughters, her ex-husband, and trying to find a job. It's just really cute, but also very French and very funny and just very open about menopause, which is something that I haven't really seen being spoken about in public or in the media all that much. I think there's a definite trend of like, once a woman hits a certain age, like once she goes through menopause, then she just becomes invisible. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I Got Life. I also got to go to an IMAX screening of Ready Player One, which I thoroughly enjoyed. It's about a VR world called the Oasis. It's like a slightly dystopian world where real life is just shit, and then there's like a big angry corporation trying to take over the Oasis because the leader of the Oasis has died and left an Easter egg. It's your classic kind of like nerdy hero movie, but it's good fun. Unfortunately, there are a lot of references in it that I didn't get because I am not a gamer. Kudos to all of you folks out there that get all the references. Well done, but don't be smug about it. The other film that I went to go see was Tonya, about the ice skating lady who I'd never heard of before the film, but maybe she's more of a household name in America. Margot Robbie is amazing. And what's the actress who plays her mum in that? She's brilliant. I probably should have stuck to my sound reviews of movies because I really don't know what to say about them other than it was great. I liked it a lot. Next favourite this month is this necklace. It is from this company called Hexatope, which my friend Charlotte started, and I love it. Charlotte has very kindly given me a special link that gives you guys 10% off her store if you fancy your own necklace. They come in like silver and gold, and there's loads of different designs, but also you can design your own. They get 3D printed and then cast in the metal, which I just think that sounds really cool. I did not trust myself with my design skills, so I went with one of Charlotte's designs, but it's super easy if you're into that. I think this is a really cool way to do jewellery, and I wanted to support my friend. There's a 10% discount for you guys, and I'll also say that that is an affiliate link, so basically from sales made through my link I will get a small cut out of that from Charlotte. So if you want one, Hexatope. Boop, 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 boop. This design that I have is called Eva. Or Ava. Next, it would not be a Hannah Witton favourites video if there was no sex toys. I have finally got my hands on one of these massive ones, like the ones that are so powerful you need to plug them into the mains. I know. This is like a Lovehoney own brand one that they sent to me. It has not yet been used as a sex toy, but it has definitely been used as a back massager. So that's fun. Also, it came with these mad things, so you can put them like on the top of the toy, and then this one's like for a penis to go in. You know, whatever floats your boat, it's all grand. Also, if you didn't know, the kind people at Lovehoney have also given me an affiliate link and you guys 15% off until the end of June. So the link in the description is valid until the end of June, and again, I get a small cut of any purchases that you make through it, but I love Lovehoney. They're a really cool company. I actually did a sponsored video with them like over a year ago, and I got to go to their warehouse in Bath. So big fan of this company. So many fun things. Oh, I forgot. I also got from Lovehoney this thing. So I don't know if you saw, but I wrote an article in the Metro all about sex with a stoma and how that works. And one of the main things is that the bag just like flaps around a lot. And so you kind of want a sexy way to kind of keep the bag out of the way and secure. And so one of the theories that I had was, what about some crotchless underwear? So I found these on Lovehoney, and I won't say a lot, but just that it works. It's like a bodycon suit, and it's really sexy, and it just means that the stoma bag is like underneath it, and it's just like flat against my stomach, and it's crotchless. So there's that. What else do we have? Oh, I have finally replaced my red lipstick. So my old one was just so far down, and I was like trying to apply it, and it was just going everywhere because the end just, it wasn't a nice point. But I just went up and straight replaced it. I had that one for like 3 years. It lasted me 3 years. It is the 17 range, so like the boot zone range, and it's in Infared, and it's basically the red lipstick that I wear all of the time. So because I'm moving house soon, although I still don't have a date yet, I was clearing out my room and I found this. This is an old film camera that my friend gave me for my birthday about 3 years ago. So I started using it again. I had barely taken any pictures on it. I have been told that film doesn't last very long, so the film that is currently inside this, which is like 3 years old, might be completely defunct. I don't know anything about film, but I'm basically making my way through it and taking loads of pictures on it, and then I'll get them developed and we'll see. And if they're a pile of crap, then I'll just get a new film and then carry on using it. But I like it because I took a disposable camera on holiday with me last year and I loved getting those developed, and now I have a permanent one. Why did I avoid you for so long? Anyway, exciting. The final thing that I wanted to talk to you about is a new feature on YouTube that is currently in beta that this channel has got access to, which is really, really exciting, and that's YouTube sponsorships. So you can sponsor this channel if you want to, financially. It is $4.99 a month. That price is kind of set. It might vary depending on your currency of where you live, but it's just kind of one tier and there's loads of perks. So the YouTube perk is that you get a little custom badge that appears in comments and live streams. If I ever do live streams, will I do live streams? I don't know. And then perks that I'm offering are exclusive posts on the community tab for sponsors only, and also early access to videos. Obviously this is in beta mode and just kind of trialing it out at the moment, so absolutely no obligation for you to sign up, but if you are willing and you can afford it, that would be amazing. It's a really great way to directly support this channel and what I do. That being said, these videos will always be free. Like, you don't have to be a sponsor to watch these videos. These videos will always be available and free on YouTube. There may be more perks that I come up with in the future, especially if I do live streams ever, but let me know. We'll be able to have lots of chats in the community tab in like the sponsored posts area and stuff. So if you have any requests or ideas for perks that you would like to see, then you can let me know. I will always communicate with you when perks change and if I add any new ones. But yeah, like I said, this is in beta, so just trialing this out for the moment. Also, you can't sign up on iOS just yet. It still works on iOS, but you just have to sign up on desktop or Android, and then you will just get access to it. You also have to have the new YouTube desktop, so it's like youtube.com/new, and then once you have that new desktop, you'll see a sponsor button next to subscribe, and that's what you hit. That's a new and exciting thing. It doesn't affect my Patreon at all. Patreon stays the same, and you can support me just there if you want. You don't have to support me here as well at all. Cool, that is it, I think. Thank you so much for watching this favorites video. Please give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and let me know some of the things that you have been enjoying this last month in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, because I make new videos every week, and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload. Bye!